Hi, this is Annie from the ADHD Minimalist, and I'm having my very late morning coffee now because I had to take my daughter to the dentist, and she actually got a time before school. So we were up really early and brushing our teeth and getting to the dentist this morning. So I haven't actually had a chance to really sit down until now, but it's fun to be with you guys. And I wanted to do a review of a bag, and this is the bag. Let's see. This down for a minute. Looks like this. And I originally bought this. I bought two of them for my daughters because we were going to take a trip and they asked for a bag that would sit on their carry-on. So what I liked about this was that it had this really big piece of material on the back, because sometimes they're really short or just like a strip of some kind of ribbon or mesh or netting or something that's really small here at the bottom. And so I like the fact that this seemed to be a really big pocket that you put the handle of your carry-on in, and that it didn't look like it would just like fall over or slide to the side super easily. So that's why I bought these. But we're gonna look at these bags and see if this was a good buy or a bad buy, because you might be surprised actually what I think about this bag. But I would like to first ask you to like and subscribe to my channel and this video. I've just really noticed a huge difference. The videos that people like and give a thumbs up, those do a lot better in YouTube's algorithm. So you would just help me out a lot if you would give a thumbs up. And then if you like the information on my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Sorry. I love to keep in touch. And one of my favorite things is actually answering the comments. So if you have something you'd like me to make a video about, or a question, or anything you want to ask, just put it in the comments and I do my best to answer all the comments. I think that's very fun. You can also go over to my blog, the ADHDminimalist.com, and find a lot of information about anything to do with minimalism and living with ADHD. Some things are more geared towards family life with ADHD and don't really have a lot of stuff to do with minimalism, and some things are geared towards minimalism and don't have a lot of stuff to do with ADHD, and some things have a crossover. The name of the channel came from the fact that my son told me one day that having less stuff in his room reduced his ADHD symptoms, and then he asked me to declutter the rest of the house, which was a huge project and very hard for me. So if you want to hear more about that journey where I had to take care of my issues so that I could get rid of things so that my son could feel better, then you can check out this book. It's called Help My Room Exploded, and the subtitle says How to Simplify Your Home to Reduce ADHD Symptoms. And this is our story, but it's also a guide for decluttering and organizing bedrooms for kids who have ADHD. But this can also help you declutter your house or your living room or whatever. If you start reading at the beginning, like the first, I don't know, 3/4 of the book or something, it's more about our journey, personal stories. It's a lot about parent-child relationships, and then the back third of the book or so, it gets into a lot more specific things about children that have attention problems or sensory issues or ADHD or whatever, specific things you can do to help them in their room. And so if you don't mind skipping over the end, if that's not applicable to you, then go ahead and pick this up and you can learn a little bit about my journey. And I promise there are some funny stories in here, so I won't give those away, but you can go pick this up. It's on Amazon, and right now there's a sale on the ebook, so you can pick that up really cheap. And I'm going to try to keep the sale on for as long as possible so as many people can get it as possible. So now we're going to go over to this bag. Actually, I am going to take a sip of coffee first because I hate it when my coffee gets cold. Okay, this bag came from Bella Webshop. Bella Webshop. And they were advertising it as Bella, like a Bella bag. And I believe this is just, I'm kind of looking all over it because I can't find a tag that says the name. I believe this bag is just made by their website, or this shop. It's their own product, and so it's not really branded very well, but they had a bunch of different colors and some other bags and stuff on their site as well. The thing with this bag is that one of them, I bought two, and they're exactly the same. They're both the same color. It's exactly the same bag. And one of them, on the first use, the zippers broke off. The first use, one of the zippers popped off, and so there's 2 zippers, which is actually really handy because you can lock the zippers if you want to, but one of them broke. So I was like, well, just be really careful with it, and I'll contact the company and see if we can do anything. If not, it still has 1 zipper and probably it'll keep working for a while. But then, so that was on the first flight, and I bought these because the girls, we were gonna go on a trip, and they got these for their birthdays, which are in the fall. One was in September, I believe, and one in November. But so they got these, and I bought them before the birthday in September, and they wanted them to put on the carry-ons. We're going on a trip at Christmas, so we didn't really use them until Christmas because that's when the big trip was. So on the first flight, the first zipper broke off, and on the second flight, the second zipper broke off. And so at that point, the bag was really useless. We had to move all of our stuff over into another bag, and then I kept the bag because I thought, well, maybe the people who made the bag will give me another bag and I could just send this to them so they could see what happened. But that's not really what happened. I'll show you some of the features of the bag, and then I'm going to read to you what their customer service told me. Okay, so I did kind of like this feature that it had a zipper here on this little part to put over your carry-on, because if you wanted to put your wallet here or something, it's right by your back, so it's not super easy for people to get to. And if they slash this part of your bag, this would probably still be fine. So it's a really great place to put valuables. Other than that, my daughter's been using this as a school bag, so this bag has got quite a lot of use. She started using it around Christmas, and she's been using it for school after she initially used it for some trips, and we flew like 7 flights. We live in Sweden. We flew over to the USA. We were seeing my parents, and we took some flights inside the USA to get to some relatives, and then back to Sweden. It ended up being a whole bunch of flights because they messed up our itinerary, because our original flight, they had to fix something on the plane, and then we got put on a whole bunch of flights to try to get there at around the same time, but we were still late. But anyway, so crazy flight story. But so this did get a lot of wear and tear on a whole bunch of flights on that trip, and then she's been taking to school. So I don't know that all the bags are as bad as the one my other daughter received. Sorry, she has some stuff in here. This is funny. She keeps insisting on taking this to school, but it's like 20 degrees Celsius outside, or it was even like up in 24, I think, yesterday. So I don't really think she's wearing that, but water bottle. Okay, so if you want to see in here, it's literally just, there's the bottom of the bag there, and they have a few pockets here. I don't know. I don't find these pockets very useful, to be perfectly honest. This is where you're supposed to put a laptop, but my daughter puts school assignments in there, so that is actually pretty useful. And then the rest of the bag just kind of puts her gym clothes or whatever she needs for that day, or if she's taking home a project. It does have pockets. There's one here. It's pretty big, and then places to put water bottles on the side, and these are big enough. They do kind of eat into the bag a little bit if you have a normal sized water bottle, but that's what it looks like. It works fine, honestly. And you might not get the water bottle in there though if you've maxed out the bag for a trip or something like that. But. And then they have this pocket here, which is also, I mean, decently big. I don't really know what you would put in there. It's a little bit small to put papers and stuff in there, but I don't know, if you wanted something like an iPad, maybe, if you're just careful when you unzip it to get it out, it could be a good place for something like that on a trip. And that's basically it. I mean, you can put 2 water bottles. There's one space on each side. Although, I've never really noticed this before, but the water bottle space on this side is bigger than this one. Although you would probably get a smaller water bottle in here anyway. But, and another thing I'm noticing right now is, the only thing that I'm really noticing that's gotten worn on this bag is this fake leather stuff. It got, I don't know if she tried to put something in here that was too big and it just split, or if it got caught on something. But other than that, I'm not really finding any defects with the bag. It's a little slightly bit dirty, but the material is sort of slick, and so I honestly find it's quite easy to just wipe it off with a cloth. So, like, this bag, I don't really have a lot of problems with. It's honestly been working pretty well, but if it doesn't continue to work for the next, she's been actively using it since Christmas or the end of December. So if it doesn't continue to work for at least what would end up being 2 years, like this time, or no, December 2026 is what that will end up being. If it doesn't continue to work that long, then I honestly think it's a failed bag. But so far so good with this one. The thing is that the other bag that we had broke, and then I contacted customer service because the other bags that I've bought, not from the same company, but other companies that sell bags, they usually will replace your bag if something breaks on it within 2 years. So I just contacted them about that. And I'm gonna, honestly, I printed out what they wrote to me, and I'm going to, they emailed it to me, and I'm going to read it for you because I kind of was a little bit upset about this. I mean, not like upset, like I'm gonna write them a nasty email or anything, but I just kind of like, I don't think that they're really complying with rules for returns and stuff. It doesn't, at least most places, they'll allow you to return a bag within 2 years if it has some kind of like problem, which is something that is their fault, which I would say like a zipper popping off the bag twice in a row is that it was a faulty zipper. And so we didn't cause this issue. It happened on the first 2 flights. And so it was in Swedish you call it ursprungsfel. It was like the issue originated with the item. It was a faulty item from the beginning. And so because of that, it's their fault, and they need to replace the bag up to the point of it being 2 years after production. And so that's the way a lot of companies operate. And so I was a little bit like taken aback when I got their emails back, but okay, I'm just gonna read this here. Okay. Hi Annie, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to follow up on your recent inquiry regarding your potential return. Upon reviewing our records, it seems we did respond to your initial contact. However, we unfortunately did not hear back from you within the specified time frame. Regrettably, our return policy stipulates that we can only accept returns within 30 days of purchase. As your case is approximately 3 months old, we regret to inform you that we are unable to process a return at this time. We understand that this news may be disappointing, and we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause you. Please know that we strive to provide the best possible customer service experience, and we regret that we are unable to accommodate your request in this instance. If you have any further questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to assist you in any way we can. And then she says, with kind regards, Ashley. And then, well, this was after I first got an initial, I sent them something, and I think what I must have got back was just that we can't return the, sorry, what they said pretty much was the same thing the first time I sent them an email, that I had not sent in my request soon enough. I only had, what is it, 30 days or something like that. Anyway, but so they didn't want to help me pretty much. But then what I was planning on doing when I sent the next email, which is, this is the reply to that, was just to explain to them that, no, I don't just want to return the bag. It's the problem with the bag. And so you just need to tell me where do I turn? What form do I fill out or whatever, so that I can send the bag back to you so you can give me a new one. And then they said this, which was, I mean, they're trying to be really nice, but they're like, oh, we can't help you. And then I said, let's see here. Oh, here's my reply then. I said, I'm not asking to just return a bag. I am asking what to do about a faulty product that should be covered by guarantee. The items need to last a set amount of time. It's usually 2 years after the purchase date. And then they replied, Hi Annie, I hope this email finds you well. I want to follow up on your recent inquiry regarding a potential return. Upon reviewing our records, it seems that we did respond to your initial contact, but we did not hear back from you in time. Regrettably, our policy stipulates we can only accept returns within 30 days of the purchase date. As your case is approximately 3 months old, we regret to inform you that we are unable to process a return at this time. We understand this may be disappointing. We apologize for any inconvenience, and please know we strive to provide the best possible customer service, and we regret that we are unable to accommodate your request. If you have any further questions, reach out, Ashley. Okay, then I said, hi, I contacted you a while ago about a bag that broke, but I haven't really got any specific answer about a refund or replacement because the bag is broken. I am following up. So then they replied to me, I am following up on your latest request for return. After checking our records, it appears we responded to you originally. However, your 30-day window for returns is closed. We apologize for any inconvenience. Okay, and sorry, I might start crying here. Honestly, my eyes hurt because they're so dry. It's not because I'm upset. But okay, I'm not. Then I replied, I'm like, I'm not just asking to return a bag. I'm asking what to do about a faulty product. Hello, Annie. I'm contacting you regarding your recent return request. After reviewing our records, it appears that the package was delivered to you on 2024. Okay, I take this back. We ordered this. My daughter must have got a picture of it for her birthday, the first daughter, and we ordered it. And so it didn't come until October, it looks like. And then the second daughter must have got it, actually, the product on her birthday in November then. And this says, you made your request on 5/1/2024. So the 5th of January is when I made a request, because at that point we knew that the bag was broken, but we hadn't actually used it. We got it in October, we used it in December, and then we were on the trip and it broke, and I just put it in the bag and we took it home. And so in January when we got home, that's when I contacted them again. And so then they're telling me that I only have a 30-day window for a refund, and that seems to apply even if the bag is broke, which I don't really think is normal policy. I'm sorry, I have a really dry eye. Ooh. And then they sent me another message. Oh, okay, then I must have sent them a message. Oh, here we go. Just to clarify, I don't want to just return a bag. I had a bag that broke and I only used it once, and I owned it for less than a year. You must have some policy to replace faulty products. Please get in touch with me, Annie. And then they said, I hope this message finds you well, Annie. I'm reaching out to discuss your recent return request. Upon thorough review of our records, it has come to our attention that the package was successfully delivered on October 20, 2024. However, we noticed that your request for return was submitted on January 5, 2024, which unfortunately exceeds the 30-day window outlined in the returns refunds policy. We genuinely appreciate your understanding in this matter. If there's anything further we can assist you with, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Okay, so they have never addressed the issue that the bag was broken, because this has nothing to do with, I had no reason to return the bags if the bags had worked. This is what my daughters asked for a present. We travel enough that they're useful to have, so I have no reason to return these bags except that the bag was broke. The zipper is completely broke. It's not useful at all to have a bag that doesn't work. And so they don't ever address the issue that the bag broke, and that it broke within I bought the bag on October 20, or it arrived on October 20. And then we went on the trip, and it was in the middle of December, and the bag broke right away. So it broke before Christmas. So that's not a lot of time to own a bag before it's completely useless and broken. Sorry. Anyway, so I've kind of given up. I don't think they're actually going to replace the bag. Oh, and the name of the web shop, it looks like this. Let's see here. Can you see that? Sorry, my printer's kind of running out of ink, so it's not super duper clear. But Bella Web Shop, that is the name of the web shop where I bought these. So I would suggest that you guys just avoid buying things from this web shop. I'm sorry, this happens to me all the time when it gets really warm outside. Whew, my eyes just get super dry, and I will eventually adjust. But like I said, don't buy stuff from this website, Bella. You can double check again. Bella Web Shop. And then I believe that they have it in different countries. This one had like an extension that was for Sweden, but they seem to have it in several different countries. And so don't buy anything from Bella Web Shop. I just think that return policy was kind of ridiculous. I mean, usually places maybe will even give you 3 months to return something, or sometimes a whole year if you haven't, like if it's not obviously used or ruined or something. You can just return it for any reason. At least some of the sports stores where we live, that's the big thing. Like, you can return things for a whole year. I think maybe even IKEA has an entire year return policy. And so, like, having a 30-day return policy, that tells me that they don't have confidence that their products are good enough, that they're going to last an entire year, so that people can actually send them back if they're not satisfied with them. But then the other issue is that, I mean, seriously, you don't just make people keep a broken bag. It wasn't their fault that it broke. And we'd had it for, what, 20th of October? That's the end of October. So we had it for the whole month of December. And I guess if we left in the middle of December, so November, half of December, and we'll say half of October. So 2 months at the most, we had the bag before it broke. And I just feel like they haven't had any real, like, understanding, or like tried to work with me, or even tried to address the real situation, which is the fact that they aren't creating quality products. So my guess is that this bag won't last for 2 years, but we're gonna use it while it lasts. I guess we'll just throw it away when it stops working. But save yourself the headache, and don't buy any bags from Bella Webshop. Okay, that is about it. Yeah, remember to pick up a copy of my book while the ebook is on sale. And of course, you can always buy the physical copy too. I sometimes just like to sit and hold a book in my hands. I find that kind of relaxing sometimes. And I'm so sorry. I'm just like crying out of one eye here. I think that's the first time this has ever happened when I've been trying to shoot film. But anyway, welcome to my life. I guess I need to start taking pills again for having dry eyes, because I stopped for a while and now it's just what is happening. But remember to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you like watching videos about minimalism and ADHD. And I do have quite a few reviews for bags as well, because we travel quite a bit. We live in Sweden, but my family lives in the United States, so we have to go, I mean, have to is the wrong word. We get to travel a lot to see family and friends. And then we've tried out a whole bunch of different bags and stuff for us and for our kids and different things. And some of them have been terrible and some have been really great. So sometimes we'll throw a bag review in there, or talk about packing for vacation if you're trying to get everything in your carry-on or something like that. So if you like those kind of videos, go over to my channel and check those out. I have, I don't know, I want to say I have at least 200 videos on there. So you can search for whatever you want, like bag reviews, or how to declutter, how to start decluttering if you're tired and worn out and have little kids. So that's how I started decluttering. And so I have videos about all kinds of stuff, and even like tips for helping kids with ADHD, sleep, and other ADHD problems. So go check that out. And it was really fun to spend part of my day with you. And I am going to go see if I can get my eye to stop watering. Bye.